It's actually a solo that Niko didn't play on the album originally. It was played by an incredible Slovakian guitar player called David Kollar. David is really wacky. David basically is what you call a laptop guitar player. He plays guitar incredibly, but he also manipulates the sound, processes the sound. And there's something else more interesting about the guitar solo, which is he didn't play it on this song. He played it on another song.
It's the Frank Zappa.
Xenocristity, is that what it's called? Yeah.
That is cool.
He played it on a different song. I forget which song it was now. Anyway. And I didn't use it on this other song. And I was working on this other song called Actual Brutal Facts, which is quite a dark, almost sort of semi-hip-hop rhythmically. And I wanted something really twisted to end it with. Now, the reason we're going to talk about it is that Niko, we're doing a little live presentation of a few songs from the album at the launch, and Niko's going to be playing this solo. So he's interpreted David's approach. But this is twisted. This is going off. This is beyond strange beautiful. This is ugly beautiful. And this is David's forte. So even though he didn't play it on this particular track, he does play anyway in this kind of style. He works with a lot of very experimental musicians. He's part of that field. And he is the kind of wayward aspect that I go, if I want something really wayward, something really sonically very odd, and perhaps even a little bit atonal and ugly, David, he's a genius. David is my first port of call for this. So do you want to have a listen to that solo?
Yeah, let's go. One of the challenges with a sound like that is that you need to be really on your game to be able to control it enough. It's like it's controlled mayhem, right? Yeah. Because it'd be really easy to let that get away from you, and suddenly you've just got noise that you can't, that isn't, it doesn't relate to the song anymore.
Yeah.
You know, but that's amazing.
That reminds me, so for me, when I think of that kind of approach, that's Adrian Belew on Crimson's Discipline. It's like getting all those kind of rhinoceros sounds. It's almost like
or Reeves Gabriel's.
Or Reeves Gabriel's, yeah. Almost like you say, you're almost controlling this wild animal, you know, this rhinoceros or this elephant that's just sort of stampeding, and you've got to keep it somehow. And that's David. That's David's sort of approach to style, which, you know, that Fripp, Belew thing. I've always loved that.
What I loved about his recorded version is like there is that sort of, he takes a bit of sort of a step back. It's like a saxophone player there.
Yeah, there's a lot of space in it.
And that sort of reinforces the impact.
Because normally if you've got a tone that is so out of control, how do you leave space in that? You know, but that's really, really fantastic. Wow.
Melodically too. Do you say he's Slovakian?
He's Slovakian, yeah.
Because I always think that the further you kind of go east into Europe, and as you get into Turkey and into Greece and further on, you start to hear the folk music of those nations. Yeah.
Well, that's Niko as well. So Niko's Bulgarian.
But you're right, because Hungary, it had obviously the gypsy culture has a lot of that sort of the Arabic modes and scales. They're part of their folk music, and I don't know whether that was part of David's sort of subconscious thing coming through. But it fits us so well. That's slightly.
Oh, it's amazing. Head's a little bit blown, and I'm just sort of taking it all in. So before we go,